This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and this is how it started compared to how it's going as the current Prime Minister Mark Carney, Mr. Elbows Up himself, has quickly became Mr. Chin and Shoulders Down, as he just recently had a meeting in the Oval Office with Donald Trump, who just ranted about anti-trans policies to the Canadian Prime Minister, and he's the father of a non-binary child, in case you didn't know. In fact, let's give this a watch because it's quite remarkable and funny. Check this out.
We have no men in women's sports. Basic things. We're not going to take your child away and change the sex of your child. We're not going to do things like that. What they're doing to the country is so incredible. And they got away with it with all their woke crap, and now it's stopped.
We don't even know if Trump is aware that Mark Carney has a non-binary daughter, but at any rate, he still said that directly to his face. And in case you guys didn't know, I had to respond to that tweet by saying, yeah, about that. I actually confronted Mark Carney on taking his non-binary daughter to the Tavistock Gender Clinic. And guys, if you don't know what that is, I covered it in this video. Prime Minister Mark Carney, his daughter, went to the infamous Tavistock Gender Clinic and identifies as they, them. And funny enough, in this video, I was covering a essay that Sasha Carney, who used to be Sophia Carney, but now goes by Sasha, she wrote an essay titled Mumsnet and Transmasculine Childhood, talking about her upbringing. And funny enough, it was only within days of putting out this video that that essay got completely wiped from the internet and is now like virtually impossible to find. But the internet doesn't forget when you have it all covered in videos like this. So make sure you check that out. I'll put a link in the description. But in case you didn't know, guys, the Tavistock Gender Clinic ended up facing legal action over failure of care claims. Clinic accused of rushing children into taking life-altering puberty blockers without adequate consideration or proper diagnosis. And in fact, this led to over 1,000 families suing the world's largest pediatric gender clinic. I covered that as well back in August of 2022. Groundbreaking win. Tavistock Gender Clinic sued and shutting down. Where I said the Tavistock is shut down, and that's a step in the right direction, but we still have a lot of work to do for parental rights and to stop child abusers and their enablers from medically mutilating young children's healthy bodies moving forward. And it looks like the President of the United States agrees with me now, saying exactly that directly to Mark Carney's face. So we're going to talk about that and much, much more in this video, guys. But really, really quickly, just before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at this Give, Send, Go campaign. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this info, here you can help save Press for Truth. Thank you so much to all these people who have already contributed so far. Again, I can't do this work without you. You can also check me out at this new platform I'm on, new for me anyways. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. You can buy me 1 coffee or 3 coffees or 5 coffees or put in any amount you want. And you can even make that a monthly reoccurring contribution. So thank you for anybody who contributes in this way. It is greatly appreciated. Again, links will be located in the description below. All right, I wanted to start this off with this video here of Mark Carney returning from his meeting with Donald Trump. And just listen to hear how Carney exposes his fragile ego to the press today. While back in Canada, he may be smiling, but he's not on the inside. Narcissism creeping in. Just listen here to what he says here. This is wild.
How was the meeting, sir?
But you guys were so excited there. I've never seen a group of Canadian journalists' faces light up. You're in the Oval Office. You're going to ask the president
We're not
big
like
questions.
that. Let me see you.
You're just like you were not. You're never. You look when you look at me. You're just like the president's there. It's all great.
What about the pipeline?
He's like, oh, you're so excited to see Donald Trump. You're always smiling. And then when you look at me, you're all like, And he's like, oh, that's okay, though. And he just turns around and walks away. What a narcissistic psycho. Well, why do you think people are like that, Mark Carney? It's because you were selected, not elected. It was a selection process of Mark Carney, which proves that democracy is an illusion. which I exposed in this video, and I think a lot of Canadians feel the same. In fact, I put this out. The selection results are in. Mark Carney as Prime Minister. Imagine my shock. And the reason why I titled it that is because it was a year before he was selected, way back in May of 2024, that I revealed that Mark Carney was eyeing the position of Prime Minister long before anybody else knew this, and that he would get it so long as the Bilderberg Group would allow that to happen. Here, just watch for yourself.
Mark Carney was the governor of the Bank of Canada from 2008 to 2013, and he was also the governor of the Bank of England from 2013 to 2020. It seems that his next venture in life may be politics, as he seems to be looking for the position of Prime Minister of Canada, if, of course, these guys are going to allow it.
Well, they did allow it, because fast forward 1 year, and Mark Carney has become the Prime Minister of Canada, and he does have a non-binary child, and let's take a look at this article where Trump basically confronted him to his face about that, saying we're not going to do that type of stuff. During an October 6th meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, ostensibly focused on U.S.-Canada relations, Trump veered off course to disparage the trans community, a particularly confounding choice given that Carney has a non-binary child. Carney arrived for his Tuesday Oval Office meeting with Trump with clear objectives: to take heat out of his early encounters with Trump, to avoid references to Canada becoming a 51st state, and to begin talks on steel and aluminum tariffs. However, at one point, Trump abruptly began ranting about Democrats accusing his rival party of destroying our country with their open borders, men playing in women's sports, and transgender for everybody, and windmills all over the place. Sitting alongside a silent Carney, Trump bragged that under his administration, we've got great leadership, but also great policy. He said, we have strong borders. He continued, we have no men's and women's sports. We're not going to take your child away and change the sex of your child. We're not going to do things like that. Of course, Carney and his wife, British-Canadian economist Diana Fox Carney, have 4 children together, including Sasha Carney. During a 2019 interview with the New Haven Register, the then Yale student, Sasha, who uses they-them pronouns and identifies as non-binary, expressed relief over the university's recent decision to allow students to identify as male, female, or non-binary in the student information system. And here's an article on that from February of 2019. Yale gives students 3 gender choices. Not all CT colleges do. So, Carney, a sophomore at Yale University, is feeling some relief that the university is taking steps to reconsider transgender and other non-binary people in their student records. Carney, who asked to be referred to by the pronouns they, them, and theirs, which makes no sense at all. You are one person, not multiple people, said in an email to the New Haven Register that navigating a world that labels people as either male or female can be frustrating and disheartening. I think it's a shame that birth sex, or the gender you were assigned or thought to be at birth, is so enshrined in our legal and registration systems, Carney wrote. Getting a gender marker formally changed on official records, identification, etc., can be a long and complicated process, requiring proof of surgery in some states. And even when a transgender person does succeed in getting a gender marker change, the marker can still put them at risk. Again, this is the daughter of the Prime Minister saying this stuff. And what I would argue would put you more at risk, is enlisting your child into a clinic that is already being sued for failure of care claims. I mean, even Canadian specialists urged MDs to slow down in their treating of transgender patients after this UK clinic, the Tavistock Gender Clinic, got exposed because they were rushing children into taking life-altering puberty blockers without any adequate consideration or proper diagnosis. But that didn't matter to Mark Carney. He still, back in 2013, when he was a governor of England and they were staying in England, put his young daughter, who used to go by Sophia, into this Tavistock Gender Clinic, and she came out as non-binary, ladies and gentlemen. If the man can't even properly lead his own family, how do we expect to properly lead the country? And in case you didn't know, the guy's been, photographed with his pal here, Ghislaine Maxwell, multiple times. In case you didn't know, Mark Carney says he's not friends with Ghislaine Maxwell, the jailed ex-girlfriend of the late Jeffrey Epstein, who's now serving 20 years in prison on convictions of sex trafficking. But they look pretty chummy to me, don't you think? And by the way, if you missed my video about that, I did a bombshell report titled Canada's New Prime Minister Mark Carney and the Pedophile Network That Controls Him Exposed. If you haven't seen that one, guys, make sure you check it out. I'll put a link for all of this in the description below. But I also wanted to show you and leave with you that confrontation that I did a little while back with him, confronting him to his face about the fact that he did bring his daughter to this infamous gender clinic that has since been sued by 1,000 families and subsequently shut down for all the terrible things that they were doing, including transitioning young children as young as 6 years old. The guy thought it was a good idea to bring his daughter there, guys. So I want to show you that video today just in case you haven't seen it. But before I do, I had to point this out in the days after releasing that. I had to say to everybody who says it was inappropriate to confront Mark Carney about his daughter and that it should be off limits, well, you need to know that the Tavistock Gender Clinic was shut down and sued for brainwashing, sterilizing, and mutilating young kids. Carney sent his daughter there before they were exposed, and she came out non-binary. If the man can't even properly lead his own family, how can anybody expect him to lead the country? Also, she's 24 years old. So, no, not off limits. Totally fair game. So, let me know what you think, guys, especially after you watch my confrontation with them. And I want to remind you, if you do appreciate my efforts to continuously do this kind of journalism that you're about to see right here, don't forget to check me out at givesendgo.com/pressfortruth. You can check that top link in the description below, or you can click on the screen, or you can go to buymeacoffee.com/pressfortruth. Again, thank you so much to everybody who does contribute in that way. I can't continue to do this work without your support. So without further ado, guys, let me show you my confrontation on Mark Carney taking his child to the infamous Tavistock Gender Clinic. Check it out. Mr. Carney, your daughter identifies as non-binary. Can you tell us about the Tavistock Institute, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Mr. Bilderberger Carney.
Hey,
Mr. Prime Minister, don't back down from the guy in the south, please.
Oh, no, okay, all right, that's good. I'm back. Okay. Just need you to back up, please.
Everybody else can get in there for a question.
No,
Why can't I?
I just need you to back up a bit.
Okay, hi, Mr. Carney. How you doing?
How are you? That's great.
Your daughter identifies as non-binary, sir.
Sorry.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So, here's Mark Carney making an appearance at Pride. And getting pushed around quite a bit by Secret Service here, but...
I need you to back up, please.
Yes, we're mustard.
I need you to back up, please.
I'm good right here, my man. Look at all these guys. What are you talking about?
They're with that.
Yeah,
You're not.
I'm part of the press.
Sir, please.
I'm with the media as well, sir.
When media's going to be on the side, sir. This is
What are
pool.
these guys?
It's pool. Back up. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. This is pool.
Where's John?
Mr. Carney. Sir, are you aware that Tavistock Gender Clinic, where you sent your daughter, is being sued by 1,000 families? Your thoughts on that, sir?
Just don't get in the way, okay?
I'm not.
You kind of are, actually.
Oh, you're getting in my way right now.
Yeah, I am.
I'm like
I
all
can.
the other rest of the press here.
Yeah, no problem. But there'll be
So am I.
respectful
So am
backup.
I. I'm being very respectful and just asking a question.
Yeah, we can see the one.
Do that and follow directions. That'd be great. Thank you, sir.
You're supposed to be on the outside. You don't have a red wristband. It means you're on the outside. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm good here, my man.
You're over here. You're over here, or are you gonna go?
Gonna go where?
You're gonna go.
Gonna go where?
Can I get you to ask you to over
No,
here?
you can ask all you want. I'm good here, my man.
All right. So now I'm asking you. I'm a police officer.
Okay.
If not, I will have to put you under arrest.
Arrest for what?
You are.
On the other side, please.
I'm what?
Please go this way.
You can keep asking me. Can you not push me?
I'm asking you to go this way.
I'm well away from the Prime Minister. You can back off now.
Perfect.
Like, this is open to the press. This is all media in here.
And you are who?
I'm with the media.
Who?
Press for Truth, PFT News.
Okay. You're not with the media. We're not with our approved media.
No,
So
so only the approved media.
you're not with our approved media.
Move away from the truck! Move away from the truck!
Hey, Victor. All right, so as you heard, they're only apparently allowing in approved media, whatever that means, but they don't want to allow any real questions from real citizen journalists here, and they've got me pegged right now. We had an opportunity to speak with Mark Carney, but his thug goons were all over me, pushing me and grabbing me, saying only the approved media is allowed to ask questions. Surprise, surprise, not very inclusive of the new Prime Minister. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.